Oh, it was about holding your identity on being like that Highland champion. Because I think that's common for professional athletes to hold their identity like they're the champion, but then after, you have to retire eventually from that sport. But then a lot of these professionals fall into like depression, or they get extremely lost because that was them and they're holding on to that. What would you tell somebody who's struggling with that?
I wasn't happy with who I was.
So where I landed with it, right? Like, and that was tough. That was tough because I didn't go out on my terms. I had a knee that wasn't fucked. Like, it wasn't that bad. The last year I competed in 2016, I finished second in the world. And I knew that my knee needed to get worked on, so I chose to have an ACL surgery and take a year off and rehab it and get back to the sport. It just didn't work out that way. I ended up having 9 other surgeries and a total knee replacement. It came to an end. I didn't know the last time I competed was going to be the last time I'd compete.
Yeah.
And there's some bitterness around that, right? Like, there's that feeling, it got cheated. The truth is, like, that window is going to be temporary anyway. That window that I got to compete and travel around the world and be the best in the world in this sport was temporary anyway. So the end was coming. I'm on a collision course with that, no matter what.
Yeah.
How I choose to go forward from that is what really makes the difference. And for me, how lucky I was, right? Like, to find the abundance instead of it. Instead of the scarcity of what I don't have, which is the sport. I love it.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. It gave me fucking everything. But the abundance and being able to have gratitude for how lucky I was to find a thing that every bit of effort I put into it for 10 years came back. And then I got to be best in the world at it. I got to push myself. I got a chance to learn discipline. I got a chance to learn what building new habits look like. I got a chance to learn what it's like to say no to a lot of things because my focus is on this. And either I either can go forward and say, here's what I learned, how do we apply that to the next chapter of my life to do the next great thing? Or I've got to say that the coolest thing I ever did in my life was when I was 33. And that seems like a shit way to live the next 60 years.
I agree, because you choose. It's all a choice when you realize
everything's a choice.
Yeah.
It's up to me to choose whether or not I want to spend the rest of my life going to Highland Games and saying I'm Matt Vincent, this guy that used to do shit. Or is that just simply a thing I did amongst the other list of incredible things I'm going to do in my life?
Yeah, I think that's the mindset shift that a lot of people have trouble with, because it's so easy to fall back into our automatic, like, negative scarcity mindset, especially when definitely comfort zone. Especially with the amount of instant gratification there is online today, and
especially when you've built a business and a YouTube following and everything else around how you compete in this sport.
Oh yeah.
You're being able to have the balls personally to say, this doesn't resonate with me anymore, I'm going to do what I want, instead of having this fear of what other people are going to think. The truth is, no one else gets a fucking vote, dude. It's my life. It's my choices. I'm the one who suffers the consequences.
Yeah. People online, they take it for granted. It's like you see the overnight success but it's a 10-year overnight success,
Always is.
But people only focus on that, the high moments.
Well, and at some point, I don't care if it's coaching or even how many advertisements get swiped across my page of how someone's going to 10x your business in the next 3 months, or how you're going to be able to build a faceless YouTube channel that's going to generate $3 to $5 grand a month if you just use this and AI. Like, at some point, we've got to realize this get-rich-quick scheme is bullshit. quit fucking choosing it and get to work. Quit wasting your time and get to fucking work. It's gonna be hard. Otherwise, everyone would have fucking great lives they love. They don't, because it's hard. But if it's not important enough to you to be obsessed about it and fucking die for it, it ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna happen. You're gonna let other people's opinions get in the way. Let the little failures bog you down. I failed before, man. It ain't that big a deal. I've been beat before. It ain't that big a deal. I couldn't give any less of a shit.
What's that? What is your fuel that just wakes you up every day, that just keeps you going, that you don't let all the setbacks get you down and you just keep trucking along?
Because I'm going to die. That's it. That I am currently on a collision course. I know how my story ends. My story ends up with me fucking dead in the ground. And at some point past that, forgotten. No, I ain't gonna make the long list of incredible people that lived on this planet. I'll be another one. And time will forget me. Right on. There was a lot of time that I didn't exist. And there's gonna be a shit ton of time after me that I still don't exist. So all that matters to me is the time between right now and then. Yesterday, can't do shit about that. I don't care. Forward. I am so loyal to the life of right now, to when I'm dead, that that's where all my focus goes. And if I'm not willing to create the habits and take the actions and do the things that I say are important to me, then I should quit pretending they are. I should quit pretending like there's someone else in the way or that there's another problem I can't solve. Because it's a lie. I've seen too many people do impossible things for me to believe that impossible is a real thing anymore.
Yeah, you know the story of Roger Bannister? The guy that ran the first 4-minute mile.
Oh, yeah.
He ran the first 4-minute mile. Yeah,
you break the threshold, right? I mean, I know for me that any adaptation I want to create in my life, whether that's getting smarter or becoming fitter or more resilient or better at business, that only happens through discomfort. That's the way your muscles grow, right? Like you go to the gym, you train, you tear and break down your muscles a little bit, and then they get sore because they have to recover and repair it to be stronger the next time you train. You can't macrodose that shit. You can't go to the gym once for 5 hours a month and get anything done. You're way better off going 30 minutes every day.
Yeah.
Forever. Like, how long am I going to do this? Forever. Well, how long can I go back until I can be comfortable and do this thing, this bullshit, boring life that I had? You can't. Either decide to bury that fucking part of you and move on to create the life you want, or don't, or quit pretending you care. But don't be in limbo. Like, if you're not into it, don't pretend you are.
Yeah.
Go find something that you are. Find whatever it is that resonates with your soul that you give enough a shit about to show up.